look at a photo of yourself and think, oh my goodness, there is no way I can share that with the world. Or you're hesitant to press record for a video because you don't like how you look or sound. You're not alone, and this is the podcast that changes that. Welcome to Confidence on Camera with me, Christine Brunelli, where we talk all things style, polish, and presence for women who lead. Today's episode is all about leading on Zoom with authority, but also with some confidence in how we show up. Because let's face it, sometimes we turn on that Zoom camera and we're, no, off. We don't want somebody to see what we look like. I'm going to help you change that. Are you ready? Let's dive in. I never used Zoom before the pandemic, ever. I was not a Zoom user. How about you? It was brand new to me. And here we are at the time of this recording, it's 2025. And the first time I was ever on Zoom was 5 years ago. I remember thinking this is a really cool thing, but not really knowing like all the little buttons and doodads that you could do with it. I'm still no Zoom expert by any stretch. There are things you can do with Zoom that I don't do. So this is not an episode to teach you how to use Zoom. It's an episode to look good on Zoom so that you feel like, okay, I'm going to turn my camera on so I can lead my team, so that I can train my VA, so that I can record a video for my course, so that I can record a video for YouTube if that's where you are recording. Anything. Because if we are second guessing how we appear, we're focused on that. We're focused on all the things. I've done it. I've done Facebook Lives where my hair was just having one of those days. And I kept looking in the screen going, ugh, and apologizing to my audience that I look like a hot mess, which is not what they're there for. And so today, what I want to do is give you a few tips so that when you're on Zoom, you can turn that camera on and know you are looking good. Okay. We're not talking about Barbie. We're not talking about Hollywood glam. We're just talking about a woman who leads, and you lead with presence, style, polish, authority, and the confidence in your mind that you are not a distraction to the person that is seeing you. Because that's the goal, isn't it? We want them to focus on what's coming out of this little box right here, our mouth, that, we're inspiring them with our eyes, our facial expressions, and everything that goes along with being on camera. So let me I'm going to break it down. If you just are listening, I want you to imagine, you can even put your phone in selfie mode while you're listening. Those of you watching my podcast, you can see my head is in the top 1/3 of the screen. That is key for anybody on Zoom. I don't care if you're attending something on Zoom or if you are leading a meeting on Zoom. Your head has to be in the top 1/3 of the screen. Okay, that's the first thing. So that means angle your computer so that it's in the top 1/3. The second thing that's really key is that the camera is at eye level or just a little bit above. I'm going to use my phone as an example. Okay, so if my camera is here and I'm pointing it at myself, I'm not on Zoom below. So if you're listening to me, I'm holding my phone below my nose, looking down. No. You lift that baby up and you get it at eye level or a tiny bit above. If you're working on a desktop and you're on Zoom I have two computers here, so I'm holding up another one. I have a MacBook Air in my hand. If I'm going to be on Zoom, this MacBook Air the camera is right here in the center of the screen. The camera's at the top center of a screen for all PCs and Apple computers. You get that camera off the desk. Please get it off the table or the desk. We don't want to look up your nostrils anymore. It is a sign of laziness that we are not elevating our computer. Elevate that camera so that it is at eye level. Okay? Eye level. Now here's the secret sauce. Not only eye level, you can see my computer here is open. You can see my keyboard and my screen. I'm being very descriptive for the people that just are listening. When you take the top of the computer and you angle it down just a tiny bit, having it point at your eyes, you are going to like how you look on Zoom already before hair, makeup, and any of that stuff, lighting, you're going to like it better. So if you're on your phone, it's the same thing. You hold the phone at eye level and you slightly tip it, slightly. It is the teeny minuscule version of old days when we used to take photos with our arms stretched way overhead looking down on us. We don't do that anymore. You don't do that anymore, right? No. Nobody's doing that anymore because it makes us look ridiculous. You know, back when we were first learning how to do it, and we're like, of course, when you have a group, you have to hold your arm way out to be able to get the group in the shot. I'm talking about selfies or anything like that. Your arm or your camera way above eye level is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about at or slightly above eye level and then slightly tipped down toward you. And what that does is gives you a slimming effect in your face. One thing that you will notice on Zoom is that you lose some definition in your face. I am a little bit of a round face, but I'm not this round. Like you can't see the definition here. So that helps when you have the camera elevated and slightly tipped down. It kind of gives you a little bit of a higher cheekbone. You're going to like how you look. So that's tip 1. Tip 2, turn off all overhead lighting. I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're in a building somewhere running a Zoom meeting. Gosh, I hope that you have access to a window. Get that camera, that computer, wherever you are, in front of a window. Have natural light on your face, no light coming from above down. And the reason is when light comes from here, when it comes from above your head and it hits your nose, it creates shadows under your eyes, makes you look like you have dark circles, makes you look tired, makes you look older. It is not good. It shows every little imperfection in your skin. That kind of light is not forgiving. Soft window light, not glaring sun, soft window light directly in front of you is beautiful light. A ring light works. That's great. Sometimes I realize when you're at work in an office setting, you don't have a ring light. I get it. But if you're recording any type of pre-recorded content, you're not running a Zoom meeting, but you're just using this for maybe digital course recording or meetings that you're running at home from your office where you can have a ring light, put that puppy there. Get it there. If you're wearing eyeglasses, number one comment I get, question, how do I get the glare out? It's a challenge for everybody. Right now, I have box lights in front of me. It's not a ring light. They're like the big white lights that photographers used. I had them in my beauty salon. And so there's a soft white film over top of the light, not a ring. These type of lights work great if you wear glasses. There's no reflection on your glasses. It's just this soft lighting. I love this light. These are not the best lights to work with in the world. They're huge. They're photography lights. And I want little smaller, more portable, easier to use lights. But why spend the money if I already have something that works, right? But for you, if you wear glasses and you only have a ring light, you can put the ring light a little off to the center of where the camera is. So if I'm looking straight ahead at a camera, I want that ring light to the left or the right just a little bit. It will cast a tiny shadow on the other side, but if you really go crazy and that glare is driving you nuts, that's what you do. But you want no overhead lighting whatsoever. None. Turn it all off. Use natural light from a window or artificial light from the front. Okay, so those things we overthink all the time. I don't have tech experience. I don't know tech. This is tech. This is how easy it is to look better on Zoom. Get your head in the top third, camera at eye level of the screen, and then tip it down and get great lighting. That's going to resolve so many of your issues right there. You're going to like how you look better. But there are 2 more things that I really want to cover. You don't have to wear full glam makeup, but if you want to come through Zoom looking like someone who's getting attention, you're going to look in the camera when you're speaking. I'm looking in the little green dot in my computer right now. So many people speak to the room in Zoom looking at the gallery, and it's okay to take your eye off the camera, little dot, the green dot, every now and then. I mean, we don't stare like laser beam in people's eyes when we talk to them, do we? It feels creepy. We don't want to invade people. So you can take your eye away every now and then. But really, if you're looking at yourself or you're looking at them on the screen, it feels like you're not speaking to them. This is the hard part about being on camera that a lot of people struggle with. And there are tools with AI that will correct your eyes, that will make it look like you're looking in the camera lens. I am not a fan. I'm not a fan of, I love AI for some things. For being on camera, I'm not. And this is why. We're in a world that craves real. Authenticity is the name of the game in 2025. When one thing looks like it's just a little odd, people start to go, and they back away. We want them to lean in. Let your imperfections show. It shows you're human. People are craving that right now. We're not going for perfect. We are going for polish because that's strategy. It's not vanity. We're going for a polished presence that doesn't distract so that they can focus on our words. So we want our eyes looking at the camera. If you're watching me, you can see that I'm looking directly at you, my girl. Now, if I want to take my eye off of you, I'm going to look down at the screen and it's where I'm looking at the gallery. You've seen it before. And it feels like I'm not talking to you. But when I take my eye back to that little green dot, the camera, now I'm back to you. Key for women who lead. It's key. Okay, the final tip I'm going to leave with you is your eyes, because we just talked about where to look. What about what they look like? Whether you wear glasses or not, I want to see your eyebrows cleaned up, not like they haven't been shaped and tweezed in 20 years. If that's you, we need to have a conversation, okay? If they're overgrown, if they're thin, that's another story. But if they're like willy-nilly all over the place, no, we're not doing that. We're going to go get them waxed and shaped by somebody that specializes in brows. If you already have a nice shape and it just needs cleanup, you can tweeze the rogue hairs. Clean up your brows. If they're small, thin, or not distinct, you're going to get a brow pencil. I don't have one here, but I'm going to use a pen in my hand just to show. If you're watching this, you'll see it. If you're audio only, you might want to go to this episode on YouTube so you can see what I'm demonstrating. But the inner corner of your brow should start at the inner corner of your eye. And then if I take a pencil at the corner of my eye out, that is where the tail should be for your brow. That entire brow should be filled in, at least matching your hair color, if not 1 to 2 shades darker. It's a game changer for women over 40. Game changer. It doesn't have to be as dark as mine. I'm a blonde and I use medium brown brows. I wear makeup on my eyes. I have eyelash extensions. So I need my brow to be able to support all the makeup I wear. So it makes it a little bit more bold. You might not be a full glam makeup girl. I wear makeup every day. I love it. But for this, we want, if you're making eye contact on Zoom, we want those babies filled in. Get a pencil. Go to the local grocery store, go to the local drugstore and get an eyebrow pencil. It's like a pencil that you literally write with and you just draw in little strokes and fill it in. And here's the thing. It's just paint. It comes right off with a Q-tip and some water or some micellar water or makeup remover. You can't mess it up. Clean up the lines, get them waxed and shaped, and fill them in. And then, yes, put on some mascara, please, because it makes such a big difference. When you're wearing mascara, it opens up the eye, especially when you have a brow that's filled in. And now, if we have good lighting, great camera angle, and you're looking at that little green dot, when you're speaking to them, they're really paying attention because your eyes are making eye contact. We want them to not be distracted. Like, I don't want you to have such fantastic eye makeup that they're like, wow, who did her makeup today? Right? Especially if we're in leadership or women in business. I'm all for that. I love that. I think of that all the time. But for you, your audience, you want to consider that. If you're not working with makeup kids, right? You're not teaching people how to do makeup. You don't want your makeup to be a distraction. You want it to be something that's getting enough attention to hold them. That says, I'm leaning in, I'm paying attention to you. I want you to hear what I have to say. And just a little mascara and filling in those brows is going to make your eyes pop. If this helps, I'm teaching a free training on Wednesday, June 25th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is 2 p.m. for those gals on the East Coast. It is a live 1-hour free training on not only how to improve your presence on Zoom, but anywhere on camera. It is called Polished on Camera for Women Who Lead. It's free. I'm leaving the information in the show notes. It is where I'm going to be teaching you 2 non-negotiables you absolutely must do, and the number 1 mistake to avoid when you're on camera, whether it is Zoom, YouTube, social media, anywhere where there's a camera pointing your way, the number 1 mistake to avoid and what to do instead. If this is something that you think you would benefit from, even if you can't be there live, join, sign the link, and you'll get the replay delivered to your inbox. I want to help you get there. I want to help you shine. Okay, that's it for today, my friend. And until next time, be sure to show up, stand out, and shine. I'll be back soon.